They always told you not to look too long into a mirror at night. You never believed in those old superstitions, the ones about how mirrors could be portals to other worlds, or how they could trap your soul if you stared too long. You were logical, grounded in reality. Mirrors were just glass and silver, reflecting light and creating an image, nothing more. But tonight something was different. You had been working late, eyes glued to your computer screen, the blue light searing into your brain as you typed furiously to meet a deadline. The clock struck 2:00 a.m. when you finally finished. Your body screamed for sleep, but your mind was too wired, too tense to simply crawl into bed. You needed to unwind, maybe splash some water on your face and breathe. The bathroom was dark, the only light coming from the moon filtering through the window. It was quiet, eerily so, and as you stepped inside, the silence pressed down on you like a weight. You flicked on the light, but the bulb flickered before dying out with a soft pop. You cursed under your breath and moved to open the cabinet for a new bulb, but paused when you caught sight of your reflection. At first, nothing seemed out of place. You looked tired, exhausted even, with dark circles under your eyes and hair slightly disheveled. But as you leaned closer to the mirror, you noticed something strange. Your reflection's eyes didn't quite match your own. They were duller, almost lifeless, as if they belonged to a corpse rather than a living person. You blinked, and for a moment, your reflection didn't. You stepped back, heart beginning to race. The logical part of your brain tried to reason it away. Maybe you were just overtired. Maybe it was a trick of the light. But then the reflection did something that made your blood run cold. It smiled. Not a normal smile, not the kind you would give yourself when feeling proud or amused. This was a slow, creeping grin, one that spread across its face like a crack in glass, distorting the features into something grotesque, something inhuman. You stumbled back, hitting the wall behind you, eyes locked on the mirror. The reflection was still smiling, but now it began to move. Its hand reached out, not towards you, but towards the glass, as if trying to push through the barrier that separated you. The surface of the mirror rippled like water under its touch. Your breath caught in your throat. This wasn't possible. It couldn't be happening. Mirrors don't do that. Reflections don't move on their own. You wanted to turn away, to run, but your body was frozen, paralyzed by fear. The reflection's hand pressed harder against the glass, and you could hear a faint cracking sound, like ice breaking on a frozen lake. The mirror began to fracture, thin lines spreading out from where its hand had touched. But instead of shattering, the pieces started to peel away, curling back like the petals of a flower. Something was coming through. Your mind screamed at you to run, to get away from the mirror, but it was too late. The reflection's hand broke through the surface, now solid, now real, and it reached for you with pale, cold fingers. You could feel the icy chill radiating from it, the air around you growing colder by the second. The hand gripped your wrist, and you finally found your voice, letting out a scream that echoed through the house. You tried to pull away, but its grip was like iron, dragging you closer to the mirror. Your other hand frantically searched for anything to fight back, but all you found was the smooth surface of the sink. With one last desperate effort, you yanked your arm, trying to free yourself, but the reflection's strength was unnatural, inhuman. It pulled you towards the mirror, and as your face neared the glass, you could see into its eyes, those dead, soulless eyes, and behind them you saw something else, something dark and malevolent, lurking just beyond the surface, waiting to claim you. The last thing you saw before your head hit the mirror was your own reflection, grinning at you with that twisted smile. And then the glass shattered. Darkness swallowed you whole. You wake up, gasping for breath, drenched in cold sweat. Your heart is pounding, and your body is trembling as you sit up in bed, eyes wide with fear. It was just a nightmare, you tell yourself. Just a horrible, vivid nightmare. But something doesn't feel right. You look around your room trying to calm yourself, but the unease lingers like a shadow that won't go away. Slowly you get out of bed, your legs shaky, and you make your way to the bathroom. You need to see for yourself to make sure it was just a dream. The bathroom is dark, but the moonlight is still there, faintly illuminating the room. You hesitate for a moment, then reach out to flick on the light. It turns on without a problem this time, and you let out a shaky breath of relief. But when you look into the mirror, your blood turns to ice. The reflection isn't yours. It's still you, the same face, the same features, but the eyes, they're not your eyes. They're dark, soulless, and they're smiling that same twisted smile. You try to move, to turn away, but your body won't obey. The reflection raises its hand and waves at you, and you feel a cold, creeping sensation in the pit of your stomach. And then it steps out of the mirror. You want to scream, to run, but you're frozen in place as it approaches you, its movement slow, deliberate. It reaches out, and when its fingers touch your skin, you feel a chill so deep it seems to seep into your bones. With a final terrified thought, you realize the truth. You're still in the mirror, trapped, watching helplessly as the thing that was once your reflection takes your place. And in the darkness, you can see countless other reflections, all trapped, all screaming silently behind the glass. The last thing you see before everything goes black is your own reflection, now grinning at you with those dead, hollow eyes. And then you're gone.